Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. Today's guest is DJ Gann. DJ is a volunteer for the Sylacauga Animal Shelter, as well as our local nonprofit, the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill. Thank you for joining us, DJ.
Thank you for asking.
So you do a lot of things with feral dogs, but one of the major things you do is foster.
Yes.
So tell us when you started fostering. How did you find out about the fostering world with feral dogs?
Facebook.
Okay.
A friend from high school posted something about fostering dogs on Facebook, and I didn't even know feral dogs existed at the time. So I contacted them through Facebook and said, "Do you need fosters?" And they were ready to go and jumped on it and said, "Yes,
and
please.
needed fosters.
We have 3 dogs. Would you like them now?"
Great. So with those 3 dogs, we talked to Terry Brooks last week, and she does a lot of work, of course, with puppies.
Yes.
And it's my understanding that you started fostering with puppies.
I did, with a set of 3 puppies, and we took them on completely unaware of what was going to happen, but Feral Dogs provided us with a playpen, with food, a bed, everything, and we brought them in, and there we were.
And the rest was history.
The rest was history.
How big of a learning curve was it to have puppies?
Huge.
Okay.
Because it had been a long time since I had had tiny puppies, but they're great.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to cuddle, you get to love on them.
And then once those puppies left you, how long did you have the puppies?
About 3 weeks.
Okay. And then they went on transport to
To
another
a rescue.
state. Okay.
And they were all adopted
Great.
fairly quickly.
And now from there, how quickly did you end up with more puppies?
Within a matter of days.
Okay.
We got the house cleaned up, set back up for new puppies, and we got a set of 2 brothers.
And you were ready to go again.
Ready to go again.
Now, you've got a lot of pictures with you
Yes.
that we're going to show that are your puppies. So there's the first set of puppies, right?
That's our first 3, 2 girls and a boy. That's Bubba, Taz, and Shiley.
Okay.
And their cute faces.
And that's right before they left for transport,
Yes.
I assume, because they do look bigger.
Yes. And that's their adoption photos.
So with the adoptions, with the transports, for our viewers that don't know how Feral Dogs functions with most of their fosters, especially the puppies, we have different organizations that they partner with in different states,
Yes.
correct? Now, do you know which states some of these puppies went to?
Some have gone to Florida, some have gone to Wisconsin, some have gone to Tennessee, I believe. They're all over.
And at some point, we will discuss that part of Feral Dogs and how they do get those puppies to different transports. But there's a network of people that can help with driving, with flying the puppies. And moving on, we got another picture up right here. So you're next, after you did the puppies, you ended up helping out with these puppies on the screen right now. So tell us what happened with those Great Dane mixes.
Yeah, these are 3 Great Dane brothers that were spotted by another one of our fosters, Jasmine, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
She and Terry went out and trapped them. They were dumped, staying alive on dead pigs that were found in the woods.
Okay.
And that's the 3 boys. These guys have become a bit of a fairy tale story for Feral Dogs. That was Dion, our first. He was terrified of people. The shelter was pretty sure he was not. If he had been losing weight, they would have thought he wasn't eating because he wanted nothing to do with people.
Okay.
But we brought him into the house. Took about 12 hours for him to take his first step out of the kennel, which was his safe spot. And then he came around. We had him for about 5 months.
Okay.
It took a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of quiet, a lot of patience. But he was a fantastic dog, and I absolutely fell in love with him. But then he got to go and he got moved to Wisconsin, I believe, and found his forever family.
Okay. So is it with Dion that you discovered you wanted to work with more of the special needs kind of dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we take on scared, shy, timid, feral dogs that aren't sure of people, and we've got a place that's their room. That's our fenced-in backyard. That's one of the other fosters that we took in, Willa, and she actually helped him come around. And that's our second Great Dane brother. That's Batman.
So with these brothers, I remember seeing videos because I was following all of this drama going through feral dogs.
Yes.
It was fascinating to watch because, especially with Dion initially, the dog we just showed, the black dog, he wouldn't come out of a corner. He was just, he was terrified. And
yeah, his crate was his safe place, and we had to, I spent, of course this was during quarantine, when COVID was really hitting hard, so couldn't go on vacation, and I spent my entire vacation basically sitting in a room with him, just being quiet and getting him used to a person. And when we brought in Lucky, a puppy that we had fostered to get her out of the vet after she had surgery, she helped him kind of see people are okay.
And same story with the picture up right now. That's your dog Batman, the other Great Dane that was having trouble with integrating into society as a pet. And that's him with Clara, and now Delilah, the brown dog, that helped him kind of understand that he could love people and have a good life.
He could be a dog. It was okay. And Clara was our miracle foster, which is how you and I met.
And Clara is our dog. So we met DJ and Tim, her partner in crime, so to speak, at the Sylacauga Animal Shelter. They had Clara, the pit bull that you saw on the pictures, that needed a home. She'd been at the shelter for 5 months. And DJ and Tim so graciously offered to foster her for us until we could move back home. We weren't here yet. And so Clara came in and kind of took over DJ's household and helped you a lot with Batman.
Absolutely. So, like I say, she was our miracle foster. She came in, he immediately connected to her, and that was his first steps inside the house, his first steps outside in the fenced-in backyard. He started coming to us for attention. He had never sought out attention before. And it was all because of Clara. Because Clara came in and she was like, oh, great, we're home. She settled in fantastic and helped him settle in.
That's great. It shows how much it can help a dog that's scared to have another dog around that's confident.
Absolutely.
And they can follow that lead.
He was very dependent on her to begin with.
So tell us what's happened to Batman, the white Great Dane in the pictures with the black eyes.
We fell in love with him and then we adopted him.
So most people in the foster world would call that a foster fail, but I think that's a foster win, personally.
I call it a foster fairy tale.
Absolutely. So there he is in that picture with my dog, Clara, when Clara was being fostered by DJ also. And that was very early on when Clara came in, right?
Yeah. That was within a month or so of us first getting Batman, and up until that point, his safe spot, unlike Dion, was not the kennel. It was the brick wall right there in the corner, pinned against it. If you even put a hand toward him, he would just start vibrating. He was absolutely terrified. And we introduced them slowly, kept a playpen between them. And when we realized he was just infatuated, we moved the playpen, and they kind of, as you can see, became best buddies.
Yeah, and that's such a great story with both of these Great Danes and the puppies too. But the work that so many of our fosters are doing to help some of these dogs that come into the shelter system that can't thrive in the shelter,
Absolutely.
But they can be great pets. And
Absolutely.
We've and right now you have one other dog that you fostered along. Now you've adopted Batman. You have another dog you fostered, and she is available for adoption. So And that's, before we get to that, that is Dion, DJ's first Great Dane foster, and his new family.
With his forever family.
Yeah, so it just shows, again, the success stories that can come. And that's him with his new foster brother or sister? Or?
That's his brother.
Okay.
He's now known as Virgil, and that's Earl.
And that is Clara. That's my dog. So periodically we'll check in with her on the show here in a What's Up with Clara segment, because she's always trying to find a comfortable spot. So we'll see if we'll follow her on her quest to find a comfortable spot. But tell us about Delilah before we go, because Delilah is available, and she'll pop up here in a moment. She's the brown dog that's going to pop up, and we'll let you know through the pictures here when she comes up on there. But Delilah she was another one of the special needs dogs. She came to you after surgery, correct?
She did. She had to have one of her back legs amputated.
Okay.
She was found in a ditch. They amputated the leg and needed somebody to give her a home to keep her out of the shelter environment so she wouldn't be stressed, because she was also being treated for heartworms.
Okay.
So she needed a calm place. So we brought her in, and she is stirring up trouble with Batman right now.
Of course.
But she is available for adoption. She's a cuddle bug. She loves hard, and she will sit with you and loves lap time. Can't stand thunderstorms, this is not her happy place right now with afternoon thunderstorms, but she's a great dog. Loves going on walks, will wear you out and wear herself out.
And you telling this story is very important, because if you're thinking about adopting a dog, then some of the dogs coming out of the foster system, you can get a lot of really good information about them. You know the dog that you're getting. You know their personality. So if you're interested in becoming a foster, or if you're interested in adopting or getting to know some of the foster dogs to see if they're right for your home and your family, then of course you can contact Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill. You can contact the Sylacauga Animal Shelter. If you need Feral Dogs at Avondale, they have a Facebook page. You can find them there and message them. The email address is theferaldogsofavondalemil@gmail.com. And thank you for joining us, DJ. We appreciate you telling us the stories. We always love to hear foster wins, and we'll bring you back on the show sometime where you can tell us more. But thank you for joining us. Next week we'll have Jeff Turner of Shoot First Video. He is also a volunteer with Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill, and he is also a foster of he and his wife Missy foster dogs that are special needs, just like DJ and Tim have. And so after that week, we'll do a few weeks of foster, and then we'll move on to some other topics, and then we'll bring some cat fosters in at some point. But have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.